Hey everybody, welcome to Back Talks with Dr. Sean McWilliams. It's great to have you here. And we're going to be talking about one thing, why discs don't heal and actually what you can do about them naturally today for a few minutes. So make sure you say hi. If you don't know who I am, I've been a non-surgical spine specialist for almost 30 years. I help people all around the world suffering with chronic and debilitating neck and back pain due to bulging discs and herniated discs and spinal stenosis. So if that's you, or if that's someone that you love or a family member that's suffering with this every single day, every single time they bend forward, they're in pain, washing dishes, taking a shower, just trying to do basic activities, I want to let you know you are at the right place. So please say hello because I want to say hi to you as well. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you're suffering with this or you got someone that is. And if you have questions, I would love to answer them for you today. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 tips today to help you start to improve the health of your disc from the comfort of your home that a lot of people really don't know. So one of the biggest things is that a lot of people say, you know, once you have a disc that's in a state of disease, that it's always going to be that way. Well, that's really not true. And I'm actually going to show you, if you stick with me for a few minutes, I'm going to show you scientific proof of that on a pre-MRI of a client and a post-MRI of that same client after going through a program that we taught them. And you're going to see the difference in their disc. So don't let anybody fool you with that. And I'll tell you what, I got people in their 70s and 80s that have had tremendous improvement. Honestly, to my surprise, I really wouldn't have ever thought that. You know, you thought you'd kind of at least be able to help them out a little bit, but I just had another miracle text to me a couple days ago that I just thought was incredible, and it lifted my heart knowing that we're helping another person somewhere in the world, just like you or someone that you love, get their life back. It's amazing. You know, I've seen so many miracles and I want miracles to happen to you. So let's talk about a couple things here. Is it true that your disc, I got some notes here. Is it true that your disc will eventually dry out and fuse? Answer is no, if you do the right thing. And you're just getting older. And I know that if you're being told this, that's probably pretty discouraging news. But believe it or not, discs are living tissues. They respond to forces, hydration, nutrient flow, pressure, and decompression. Really important to know that. But here's the catch. Discs don't have their own blood supply. You might not know this, but up to age 20, we have an artery that runs around the outer circumference of the disc called the sinovertebral artery. It's not on this model, unfortunately, but it runs right on the outside of here. So the outer 1/3 of our discs are supplied with blood from birth to around age 20. And then after age 20, that sinovertebral artery starts to wither away and dies. And so there's no direct blood vessel supply to our discs anymore after about age 20. The way that the disc gets water and nutrition back into it has to come from the blood supply to the bone marrow of the bone above and below the disc. And so I'm going to show you an example of that, and I'm going to try to keep it really simple for you, okay? So this is why, though, so many people feel stuck for so many years. They're doing exercises, they're taking medicine, they're getting injections, and nothing is actually changing because you're not changing the pressure within inside the disc, and that's the key. So I'm going to keep this simple. So let me teach you one simple thing. Your discs work like a sponge, okay? And so let's go to this slide here. And whoop, that's not where I want to be. So yeah, so your discs act like a sponge. They really do. And so let me show you this cool example right here of what I want to share with you. So when it's compressed, it dries out like this. So imagine this is your disc that's sitting in between your bones, all right? And instead of it being nice and healthy and thick like this, let's say it's somewhere between here and here, all right? So very degenerated, very dehydrated. So what do we do about that? Well, if it's compressed, it dries out. And if it's decompressed, it pulls nutrients back in. And it's really simple as that. That's the entire game. Hydration in, inflammation out, pressure off of your nerves. So when we create a negative pressure in decompression, we actually help the disc rehydrate itself. So let me give you an example. Let's say this is your disc. And make sure if you're with us today, say hi in the comments. I would love to say hello to you. And if you've got a question that's really been on your mind, I'm just looking at my comment sheet right here. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, and I want you to please say hello and let me know. And if you got a pending question, if you're concerned, you don't know which direction to go, I want to help show you which direction to go. So this is like a very dehydrated disc. So when we put a person on a decompression table over a period of weeks, what starts to happen is we can start to rehydrate. I want to make sure I get this clear for you. This disc. And watch that disc. Did you see what it did? Okay, now you still got a dehydrated disc, like 98% of it is dehydrated. And then we do another treatment. And now we get a little more hydration. And then the next treatment. And so every time we do traction, but we do it correctly to create a negative pressure in the disc, we start to rehydrate the disc. And over a period of weeks, and probably 12 weeks, you can be amazed, and within 12 weeks you can do a tremendous amount of rehydration to the disc. And this is what starts to happen to your disc over a period of time. And when that hydration starts to come back, that flexibility to the disc now starts to happen, starts getting rehydrated, removes the inflammation that's there because of the chronic dehydration, and relieves pressure off of your nerves because we're helping suck that disc back in. And that's exactly what happens inside. And there is only one tool in the world that allows this to happen, and that's spinal decompression. So we're going to talk about that, okay? Hey Marisa, great to have you here. You had no idea about the artery supplying blood to the vertebrae. Well, good. I'm glad you learned something new today. Let's see. Marisa's got a question. This might sound like a silly question, but when you talk about hydrating the disc, I automatically think of just drinking more water, and it seems that that's not actually the case. Well, you are correct, Marisa. It is not the case. One of the things that we're going to talk about and why we're talking about it, let's just pull up the slide that I made for you here, is increasing hydration. So there's a couple things that we want to do to help you to reduce disc pain and get them to start to heal. And so we'll talk about this slide for a second, why we're talking on the subject here. Number one, reduce your sugar intake. Sugar creates inflammation in the body. It wreaks havoc on our cells in a lot of different ways. And if a person has too much sugar, where your sugar can't get insulin, can't get to your cells correctly to deliver it, then you start to becoming insulin resistant, and you get a whole new world of problems. And you're going to reduce blood supply even more dramatically to all your tissues in your body, but also to your discs. So we don't want that happening. So please, please, please start to reduce your sugar. I'm going to tell you what. The easiest way to do it is to start to eat more fat. So if you're starving sometime, have like a little teaspoon of like coconut oil. Have some nuts that aren't really that sweet, like a walnut, for instance. You can do a little bit of cashews. If you like almonds, you can do that as well. You'd be amazed at how that fat will actually start to really turn down the volume on your sugar cravings. Okay, so that's one hack you can do. The other thing I want you to do is let's talk about increased water intake. There has to be the supply, right, Marisa, of water there to begin with for us to rehydrate. Otherwise, it would be like me doing this and this bottle is totally empty and I'm trying to squeeze it and nothing's coming out. So we want to make sure that you hydrate. But look what you can do to your discs. I mean, it's amazing if you ask me. I mean, look at the difference. And I'm going to show you pre and post MRI. So hang tight with us. And I think you're going to be blown away. So what else do you need to do? And how do you know if you're hydrating properly? Here's the rule of thumb. Half of your body weight in pounds, and you're going to drink that many ounces of water a day. Half of your body weight in ounces per day of water. Okay? And if you're drinking tap water, please start getting bottled water. Start bringing stuff in, because there's a lot of really nasty stuff in our water these days. Microplastics, which is causing major hormonal issues for people. Hormones that your municipalities can't get out. Lots of heavy metals. So reverse osmosis and distillation is the two ways to clean and purify your water the best. So make sure that you're going in that direction. And you can get a reverse osmosis system for your house off of Amazon. There's some really nice ones for under $300. So if you're living in a home and you want to drink more water and you want to have healthy, safe, great tasting water for your coffee, your tea, your cooking, your pasta, steaming vegetables, whatever the case might be, making anything that includes water, it's really nice to know that you're doing it with super clean water. Okay, so invest in yourself. Ask Santa Claus for a reverse osmosis system. They're really not that hard to put in, believe it or not. I've done a couple of them. And the other thing I want you to do is I want you to start to improve your electrolytes to support your hydration. A lot of people don't know that vitamin D prevents calcification of your end plates, and that probably sounds like a really big thing, but basically what that means is that the top of the disc has a thin cartilaginous piece called the end plate, and we don't want it getting calcified. Because remember, for the disc to become rehydrated again so we can get it off of the nerves, all of the nutrition and all the blood supply and oxygen has to come from the bone marrow. That's the stuff on the inside here, right? Like if you ever cooked a stew or you got a piece of meat, you got the marrow on the inside, same thing in our bones. And that has to get through the top of this disc right here, through that end plate. And we don't want it getting calcified. And vitamin D will slow and can dramatically reduce calcification. What's the benefit for you? You get more blood into your disc, right? So super important. So those are the three things I really wanted to show you about doing that. And I want you to know that by recreating a negative pressure through spinal decompression, the disc actually rehydrates itself. It'll begin to pull fluid and nutrients back into the annulus and the nucleus, and that's how we reverse bulging discs, calm and down nerve irritation, and help you start to feel better. But without decompression, the discs are going to stay inflamed. They're going to become dehydrated, starved, and irritated, and that's why people get stuck in this cycle of pain. And all of the people in all the Facebook groups that I'm part of, nobody ever talks about the spinal decompression. Very rare. And what do you see? People stuck in cycles of chronic neck and back pain, and they're going and getting totally unnecessary and dangerous and invasive procedures, or they're living on narcotic medications and becoming addicted to it. And I don't want that for you or for anyone you love. And that's why I'm going to show you a new way of managing bulging and herniated discs. So let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I want to talk to you about this, changing the way that you sit. So just a couple tips. A lot of people think that sitting forward towards your desk actually is better for your disc, but it is not, and that's why I created this picture to show you. You actually reduce pressure on your disc when you're sitting if you slightly lean backwards. So keep that in mind, that's really important. You can actually increase the compression on the disc by probably close to 40 to 80 kilograms of pressure just from going here, which is the lowest amount leaning back, to going toward your desk. That's going to almost double it for you. So one of the things you can do today is start to sit back in your chair a little bit more, but I want you to have some support underneath your low back. Okay? And what else do you need to know? So sit slightly back in your chair. Avoid collapsing your low back. How do you avoid collapsing your low back? Well, you can just put a pillow behind in your low back if you don't have anything at all. If you want to buy something off of Amazon, there's some really nice foam lumbar supports. Don't spend more than $35. It's not necessary for that. Just a nice curved foam piece that can strap onto your chair. You'd be amazed at the difference. And what you want to do is you want to get your butt to the back of the chair, lean forward, get your butt to the back of the chair, and then sit back into your lumbar support. And that's how you're going to have amazing posture, okay? And what else? Keep your spine in a nice neutral position. So there's a couple tips for you there that I hope help. What else do we want to talk about today? Well, I want to show you this because I think this is really important. this is how you can do spinal decompression at home. Now remember, decompression is not a thing that always naturally occurs when we do spinal traction. It's an event that we are trying to create to happen to the disc. And there's a specific protocol to make it happen. And if you'd like to learn about that, I can teach you. We created a whole course for you, okay? So a couple things that I want you to look at right here. Light decompression, not heavy, light decompression. It's one of the biggest things where most doctors make mistakes at when they do this in their clinic. They use too much force. So light decompression equals negative pressure in your disc, which equals disc hydration, which equals disc repair in over 80% of the people. Yeah, 80% of the people. When I was practicing full time, our success rate for our patients, getting back to the quality of their life, feeling really good again, and pre and post MRI changes that you can see scientifically, 93%. My people all around the world, we're sitting at over 80% success for them. What's your surgery rate? 38%. They'll tell you 50, but it's really not. And the crazy part is that almost half of the people that, and if this is you, that will have spinal surgery, will have to get a refusion. They're doing more fusions than I've ever seen right now. And if you go get one, I guarantee within the next 5 years after that, you're probably going to have another one. Do you really want to go through that? No, I don't want you going through that either. Okay? So that's one of the things that I want you to think about, is that you can do spinal decompression from home and you'd be amazed what can happen in just a short 3 to 4 weeks. So let me show you an example. So here is one of my clients. And let's get back to this slide right here. And I don't want to get too involved, but I want to show you. You can talk about rehydrating discs all day long, right? I can show you fancy, fun little sponge things like this that hopefully get analogies and get ideas and thoughts across. But there's nothing like looking at a pre-MRI and a post-MRI, because you can't change that. Let me show you something here really quick. So I want you to learn about an MRI. And I'm going to keep it super simple. See the color of this? So this right here, this structure right here, this is your disc, everybody. See the color of it? See how white it is? That's the post-MRI of this same exact patient 12 weeks after going through our program. Look at their disc when they started. See the difference? See how much darker it is? When a disc is dark or black, it is dehydrated. Okay, I'm going to say it again. When your disc is dark or black on your MRI, it is dehydrated. And when they're dehydrated, you have a much higher probability of that disc tearing on you versus having flexibility. We want your disc to be flexible. When they're flexible, they're healthy. When they're dried out and dehydrated, they tear. You get a bulging disc or a herniated disc, and now you're in pain. And we want to be able to repair that cycle, and we can repair that with over 80% success rate doing spinal decompression, and you can do it from the comfort of your home. All right, and start to rehydrate your disc. So look at this person right here. So I want you to see their herniation. So look down here at L5, where this arrow's at. You see this big black spot that's pushing out? It's not supposed to do that. That's his herniation. What did he have? Severe low back pain. Was told by 4 surgeons he needed surgery. Sciatic pain. If you got sciatic pain, you know how uncomfortable that is. All the way down to his foot and leg weakness, and he couldn't even move when this guy came in to see me. This is his MRI 12 weeks later. Almost total reabsorption of the herniation, rehydration to the discs, no low back pain, no sciatica, no muscle weakness. Back to an active life of hiking and traveling. This guy sends me texts still today. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not being able to see this. Come on, Dr. Sean. Let's get up the right picture here. Let's go back. I'm so sorry if I didn't do that right for you. Okay, so again, color of the disc right here where it's red, where I'm circling. If it's gray or it's turning black, like those, your discs are dehydrated. You can see right here where this arrow's at, that black blob that's going into there, that's his herniation. Now, his discs were rehydrated. He had great rehydration right here. This is 12 weeks, people. This isn't like 5 years. This is 12 weeks of your life. That's it, 3 months. You know how fast that goes, right? Almost a 90% pulling back, retraction of his disc. No pain anymore. No sciatic pain. Out hiking. And I was just saying that, you know, this guy sends me pictures from when he's hiking in Colorado with his family and his dog and stuff. I just, man, it's just, I love it. I love it. It brings me so much joy. So, listen, if you're struggling like this gentleman was, please know that you do not have to live like this forever. Okay? You do not have to live like this forever. Your discs can heal, and it can heal from the comfort of your home. No matter where you live in the world, you don't have to. Back in the day, you'd have to go find someone like me who has certifications in spinal decompression, who's nationally certified in it, who's gone through major trainings from multiple universities, and lots of case studies. Well, I already did all that work for you. And you know, my dream was to not see people perhaps like you suffer anymore, where they can't find doctors who have that skill set and those tools. And that's why I created Disc University. It's a home-based educational course. It includes your decompression table and every piece of equipment that you need to start feeling great in a really quick period of time, and get your discs to start to repair and rehydrate like we've been talking about. And yeah, you can do it from the comfort of your home. Okay? I want you to know that. We've got people all over the world, thousands of people all over the world doing it right now, today, changing lives. People that couldn't walk for a minute and a half, walking for hours now. Guys that love playing golf and couldn't play golf for 5 years, 4 weeks in, started playing golf again. That could be you. Can't pick up their children anymore. They're afraid to. Now they can pick up their children and go play with them and go to school with them and become involved in their life again. You know, doing what like brings you joy, right? In your heart. I want that for you. I really do. It's 100% possible. And don't let anybody else tell you anything different. I have 6 national certifications in spinal decompression. I was voted one of the top spinal decompression doctors in the entire United States. I teach doctors all around the world how to do spinal decompression at a very high level, not some of the stuff that you see out there. Make sure if you're going to go to someone, you go to someone who's nationally certified in it, not some clown that just got a table because he wanted to make some money and it will just put you on there and hope and pray that you're going to get better. No, a serious scientific approach to this, and trust me, that's exactly what we created. And if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, I would love to chat with you. And I'd love to show you our program and let you see what's truly possible from the comfort of your home. And I'll tell you what, you do it now, I bet you by Christmas time, put money on it, by Christmas time, you'll be feeling at least 25% better. 25% better. Think about your life. 25% less pain. What would that feel like? It'd be pretty amazing, right? Well, good. I want it to be amazing. I want that for you. Nothing makes me happier. Trust me, if you know me and you know my amazing girlfriend, it's all I ever talk about. And the doctors that I coach. And I want you to start to live your life again. The life that you were meant to live. Not this life of thinking that you're going to have to deal with this for the rest of your life. Right, Stephanie? Yeah, you're so welcome, Stephanie. It's always amazing and great to have you here. So I'm here to help you. I'm grateful for you being here. I'll put up a slide for you here in a second and show you this. If you'd like to learn more about the program that we created called Disc University, I would absolutely love to share it with you. That's the link to set up a call with me personally. Yeah, can you believe that? You're actually going to get to meet with me. If you have an MRI, let's go over it. I'll give you a second opinion on it, okay? And I do that, I'll give you 20 minutes of my time absolutely for free. And that's like almost $400 worth of my time, right? So, but I want to help you realize and understand what's happening with you And if there is a more natural way or a natural way of doing this with spinal decompression and the course that we created to teach you how to do it, then I want to share it with you because I want you to feel better. And I want you to function better. And I want you to stop worrying about having to deal with this for the rest of your life, okay? So what do? Well, it's pretty easy. Get on your computer right now. Open up your web browser, if it's Google or whatever else you use, and type in booking dot doctor, that's DrSeanMcWilliams.com. That's all you gotta do. And when you get there, you're gonna be able to see my calendar. And you pick a day and a time that I have available. And I have a form that I want you to fill out. Why? Because I want to know what you've been dealing with. And I want to know what you tried. And I want to make sure that we're not replicating anything you've already done, that we have a new solution for you, okay? So I want to make sure of that. And I want to know what you've been suffering with so that we can have a real conversation. So when you get to the end of that form, it'll take you 5 minutes to fill it out. It'll let you make your appointment. And I can't wait to talk to you. And let's get you feeling better by Christmas so you can enjoy the holidays, okay? Let's not start 2026 like 2025 has been for you, perhaps, or someone that you love. It's not necessary. There's already tools here without surgery, without drugs, without injections, all from the comfort of your home. You don't have to go to doctor appointments. You don't have to get someone to drive you. All you got to do is have a meeting with me. Let's see if it's a good fit for you. If you want to do it, and I think it'll help you, I'm going to share it with you, okay? Because I want to help you. And we walk the walk with you every single week, the whole process. So I'd love to share it with you. So please stop thinking that you got to keep suffering. Let's make this Christmas the best Christmas you've ever had, okay? So booking.drshawnmcwilliams.com. Enough said. I appreciate you being here. Stephanie, always amazing to have you here. Thank you so much for your unwavering support. Marisa, you are amazing, and everyone else, thanks for being here. And if you didn't get to join us live, that's okay. You might be working, but I hope this made a big impact in your life. I hope you learned something today. I hope I brought some value to your life, and hope, and my special light, because I think that's what God brought me here to do, and I want to help you. And when I get to help you, my light gets to shine, and everybody wins. Yeah, so I hope to see you on a call soon. And if you have any questions besides that, DM me. I'd be happy to answer them for you. But usually the best way to do it is set up a call with me so we can have face-to-face on Zoom, and we can talk and get to know each other. And I want to know what you've been through and how we can help you, okay? And if I'm not the right person to help you, I'll be honest with you. And if I think you need surgery, I'll let you know. And if we have to, I'll help you find someone great to go to, okay? So I'm here to help you no matter what. All right. I appreciate y'all. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. It's Wednesday. Every Wednesday we're here at 1 o'clock. It's a gorgeous day here in Georgia. How is it up in Pennsylvania, Miss Stephanie? Let's see here. I remember back in the day, Stephanie and I went to high school together. If you got to Thanksgiving, I remember, my dad would always say, man, if you don't have your snow tires on by Thanksgiving in Pennsylvania, you were skating on thin ice. And it was true, because there was always seemed to be, man, right after Thanksgiving, that first or second week of December, at least when I grew up. I think it's changed, to be honest with you. I think it's gotten warmer, but when I grew up, and you always got blasted by a good snow, and you better have your snow tires on. That was great memories, going to the tire shop with my dad. Sunny and cold. Okay, well, it sounds pretty similar to here, but at least it's sunny, right? I love it. Stephanie, always great having you here. All right, everybody, I'll see you next week. Wait, Stephanie, we just had 3 inches of snow yesterday. Oh my God, I'm so jealous. That sounds like fun. Were the kids out sled riding? Probably. I would have been sled riding, for sure. Yeah, and I know, because, sometime around this time, they start blowing snow if it's cold enough up at the ski slopes, where Stephanie and I came from. There was like 4 or 5 ski areas within like 40 minutes of where we lived. So yeah, I would have been on the slopes for sure. I love skiing. Take care. See you next week, everybody. Bye, Stephanie. Bye, Marisa, and everyone else that's joined. Hey, make sure you book a call. Stop suffering, okay? You don't have to. You really don't. You'll be amazed. I'm telling you, our program's incredible, and I want to share it with you, and I want to help you. Okay, bye, y'all.